Portal Jam. He's an editorial board member of Intelligentsia, the global news site that dismantles information operations. He is joined today by Kirk St. John's. He's the director and the CEO of Solum Global Inc. It is a transparent digital network where cryptocurrencies and real-world assets meet. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Really good. Can you tell us a little bit about Kirk? How did you guys meet one another?
I met what I call the Rick Rubin of crypto is Kirk St. John. Just a genius at this stuff. I met him through a friend of mine named David Levine, and David and I have partnered and worked together for years on various projects. And David called me up and said, "You've got to meet this guy, Kirk, and what he has going on with Solum Solution and Solum Global." And it really, like when I learned about it and I understood what their whole mission is, it just resonated for me. My job doing communications and working with clients on being able to express themselves, the whole battle is to be able to meet people where they are and to make things easy for the public to understand. That's why I always tell people to speak when you're talking to the media, speak as if you were talking to a 10-year-old or a golden retriever to rip off a famous quote.
Golden retrievers are smarter.
Exactly. But my point is, you want to make it easy for the consumer or your target audience. And so then I took a look at what Solum Global's doing and talking with Kirk, and it's pretty incredible when you have the dollar sinking and depreciating as much as it does, and to know that there's now going to be this completely transparent wallet that's going to allow the public to buy, sell, trade, and convert any cryptocurrency into gold and digital gold-backed currency where it's real and it's not just, a fiction. I thought that was phenomenal. And so that's why I wanted to bring him to you and the Awake Nation's audience, because I feel like folks would appreciate what he has to offer. I'll shut up though and turn it over to Kirk.
Good morning, everybody. It's nice to be here with you.
How did you come up with the name Solum? What does that mean?
So Solum is it's Latin, and it basically means foundation. You might call it, the earth. It's a word that denotes our belief that we're building a platform that itself is foundational and will allow for many things to be built on it. And then global, of course, is relative to what we perceive and believe to be coming, which will be, ultimately a single global digital currency. And we're, positioning ourselves to be part of that movement.
Okay, so you sent me a little thing saying how it works. Can you explain what is a Solum Wallet, Solum Rails, and Solum Vault?
Yeah, so when you think about those three individual elements, we call it all, when you put it together, the Solum Solution. So with respect to your call it your deeper crypto and blockchain and wallet technology people, I'll tell them to and your audience, be patient for a minute. But for people that really don't know much about crypto or blockchain or what a crypto wallet is, it's basically functions like an app on your phone. Okay, so the Solum Wallet would be something that you would open on your phone, and it won't look much different than any other app as far as the user interface, the username, password, logging in, or ours has biometrics, so you can hold it up to your face or the palm of your hand to log in. So it's got that kind of cryptic security to it. But once you're inside it, it functions like a miniature, financial institution. And what I mean by that is you can store value in there. So that's a vault, right? And it's protected by all the cryptic elements of the blockchain and cryptography in general. You can move money through it. And in this case, I'm referring to digital currency as money. Most of your audience is going to be familiar, I'm sure, with at least, Bitcoin on one end of the equation. And probably most people have heard of a CBDC, or central bank digital currency at this point. A lot of feelings behind that. Some people are adamantly against it. Obviously, if you were a central banker, you're for it. But it's a digital currency, right? And it's tied to the value of a dollar. And then the third thing that you would be able to do is move those currencies across what is called the blockchain. And that's kind of the rail, right? So right now, if we all went out to dinner tonight and, let's say we had Trevor pay for it, since we went to a really nice place and rang up the bill.
Thanks, pal.
I like that.
We'll have some crackers. I'll give you some saltines.
Saltines.
But Trevor would
cracker.
Right. He would pull out a card, a credit card, probably, like Amex. There's a little magnetic strip on the back of it. So that's taking Trevor's money, turning it into electricity or digits. It moves across rails known as the internet and hits a vault known as Trevor's bank, or the credit card company that has given him his limits. Right. And then that bank reports back to the restaurant that there's enough money there, and the transaction goes through, and voila, you have a modern payment system. Well, with the blockchain and crypto and wallets, it's really a lot alike, except instead of the card, you're going to have an app, and instead of it being digital money in the sense of credit card, it's a cryptocurrency. And instead of moving across the internet to a bank and then back to other banks, it goes across the blockchain, and it'll go directly from Trevor's wallet to the restaurant wallet. And that's called a counterparty contract. So that's, one-to-one. That's, there's no intermediary. And when you do that, the transactions are safer, they're faster, they're more secure. And we call that combination of all that the Solum solution. So really, it's just the next phase of, e-commerce, if you will, right? Digital commerce, some people they call it Web3 or DeFi. There's a lot of, lingo out there. But in essence, you're using a different type of network to move a different type of currency. And because it's cheaper and faster and safer, people are adopting it rapidly. I'll go back in time a little bit to my early, career. And we helped an organization called Amway, and they had about 1.3 million members. I think it was 23, 24 countries, like 12, 15 different currencies. But anytime anybody paid Amway or Amway used their card system, they were paying 1.78% to run the card. So $100 bill, Amway would get, call it $98.22, or the bill would be $101.78. But somewhere in there, you're paying 1.78. I've got a couple of restaurants here in Palm Beach where I've just, asked the owners, and 2%, 3%. There's a jeweler on Worth Avenue here. They pay 4% every time someone runs a credit card, right? Because that is what I call a legacy system, or old-fashioned, or clunky, if you will. With the Solum solution and the blockchain and the crypto and the wallet, that transaction costs 0.1%. So when you think about it, we've all been living primarily since, let's say, the mid to late 90s. Technology has taken off. Everybody's used to version next, and iPhone 10, iPhone 11, iPhone 15. So technology is always, at least, in the latter half of my life, has been advancing. And typically that makes things cheaper and easier to use. And this is just the next level advancement of payments and payment solutions, cross-border. And then when you think about people in the second and third world economies, a lot of them can't afford a bank account. I do a lot of work in Ghana and in Tanzania and places like that. And, my Bank of America checking account, I think, is $19 a month. Well, if you live in Ghana and you've got a $30 a month income, you can't afford half of that in banking fees. And that's why you don't find Bank of America in Ghana, right? You won't find Bank of America in many, many places around the world because the cost of banking is expensive. But now you can go there and walk down the street, and everybody in town has one of these. And as long as you have one of these, you can access a wallet. And as long as you can access a wallet, you can access banking, and it's cheaper and easier to use. So for us, the Solum solution is a way for people to begin to hold, to move, to store value, which in this case, we call that the currency. And then what we did that was a little different really than almost any other solution that I know of in crypto is we've made it possible so that if what you want to do is to redeem your currency in gold, we have a little button inside the wallet. You hit that button, you put in the amount of money that you're interested in translating into gold, and we make that happen for you immediately. You get an email, you can make a phone call thereafter, and you tell us, do you want to come pick it up? Do you want it shipped to you? We work with a variety of gold bullion and dealers around the world that make that last leg happen. So the Solum solution is really a transparent digital network that allows people to move, store, and redeem currency in gold.
Can I just add one thing to this that I think is the most important thing for me, real quick. Number one is the transparency element of this. That it's completely transparent, I think, is absolutely critical. And I really respect that, especially, coming from the WikiLeaks mentality of transparency. The second thing that I think is just so wonderful about it is, in the 90s and or the early 2000s, mid 2000s, even just a couple of years ago, one of the problems with crypto back then is there were so many scams. There are so many ideas and notions and cool concepts like the Mike Tyson coin or all of these just crazy coins and types of currency, but it was all built on vapor. There wasn't any there. There wasn't any real world assets. And the fact that Solum Solution, like the fact that it is completely backed by like real gold, real currency, to me is a game changer. And that's why I'm going to invest in it. That's why I like it, is because it's not investing in vapor. It's investing in like currency backed by real world assets. And that's important because a lot of people got ripped off in the past and you can't hear.
Yes, they did. So I'm just looking through your the PowerPoint that you sent me. I actually was able to open it. It says Solum recognizes the timeless value of gold as an asset. Revenue generation. Solum and our gold partners benefit from a sustainable revenue stream derived from their gold assets, creating a mutually advantageous ecosystem. Seamless redemption. Users can effortlessly convert their digital currency into gold, offering unique avenues to preserve and grow wealth. And electronic gold access. Solum empowers users to securely hold and manage their gold electronically, providing a convenient and secure means of accessing this precious asset. How do they do that? What's the procedure when they buy a cryptocurrency?
Sure. So in the wallet, you'll have, a standard drop-down menu, and you can move, from your fiat into Bitcoin, into Solum coins, into, different digital currencies. And then you'll have a balance in your wallet. So you can, at any time you want, redeem that for the gold. And so as soon as you click, there's like a gold bullion icon on the screen. You click it, and a field opens up in which you put in the amount of money that you want to move from the currency, the digital currency, into gold. You hit submit. We send you basically right in the next screen in the wallet is a kind of a confirmation button that you push. It's called a smart contract in crypto. But by clicking that, you give us permission to move the money from your wallet and turn it into the gold. And that's where the idea of storage or vault comes in. Right? Some people may not want to physically go down and pick it up or to have it shipped to them. They just want to know that it's there waiting for them. And that's where we partner with local bullion houses to store it. So the process is really as simple as, I don't know, some of the people on your show probably have, whether it's Fidelity or, TD Ameritrade or something like that. It's very similar to logging in and buying or selling a stock as far as the function or the procedure you would use on your phone to do so.
Can you do this on your phone?
Yep. Yeah, it's an app. So it's actually called a wallet. But as far as, like my dad's 84 years old, right? So when I was demonstrating, in fact, we walked Trevor through it a couple days ago. So, when you open it on your phone, it literally looks like any other app that comes onto the screen. You type in your username and password. We send you a confirmation code, or you can use the biometrics to log in. Now you're inside the wallet. Once you're inside the wallet, you see transaction history. You'll see your balance. You'll see, a variety of different cryptocurrencies that you may or may not want to get in and out of. You'll have an arrow that allows you to send that money to anyone else, or an arrow that allows you to request that money from anyone else that has a wallet. And then finally, it's the gold redemption. And it's just like those gold bars you have up there on the screen now. It looks kind of like that. And you just click on it and it opens. So that is a function. I just got back from London, I guess maybe 10 days ago. I was actually in the city of London, and we completed the wallet, release, and it's up and running now.
Wow, that is awesome. I'm going to just go through a little bit more through this. Do you want to talk us through this?
Sure. So, let's talk about the difference between all cryptocurrency coins, people call them, and a stable coin. So a stable coin is different than all the other cryptocurrencies because they remain stable. So I've talked with a lot of people that have heard about what Solum's up to. And, some of them think it's going to be like Bitcoin or Ether or some of the other, exciting cryptocurrencies that you buy for a penny, and next year they're worth, $5,000. Well, Solum is not that type of a solution, right? A stable coin, working with us, a stable coin is always worth $1. And that is critical in our opinion, because regular businesses like Domino's Pizza or the Hyatt Hotels or Expedia, they can't really run a business using a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ether or many of the other ones, because the day the transaction takes place and when they redeem the currency, the value of that currency can change so drastically that you can't really keep a real accounting. So that's where stable coins come into existence. And right now, there's about $160 billion worth of stable coins in what's called the stable coin market cap. Some of your viewers may want to go to a page like coinmarketcap.com. And that's a page much like the New York Stock Exchange. It gives you all the coins, what they're worth, how long they've been out there, how much they trade on a given day and things like that. And you'll see that, there's about $160 billion worth of stable coins. But a couple of things have happened in the last month that came out in news, which is how you say, okay, well, how are we going to go from 160 billion to plus almost $3 trillion in value in the next 5 years? And most people don't know this, but last summer, August of last summer, PayPal came out with a stable coin.
Huh.
Okay. And the reason they did that is they understand that guys like me are coming, that we have a network that will allow people to move money and make payments just like PayPal. From the user interface, it doesn't even look that much different than PayPal, except our colors are black and gold, and they're kind of a whitish, bluish combo. But instead of, I'll use a perfect example. I was doing an interview last week, and there was a cameraman there. And as they were breaking down the lights and all the different things that they'd set up, the cameraman starts to talk to me, and he says, I'm from Haiti. And my grandmother just sent me $500 yesterday for my birthday, and it cost her $62 to do that.
Wow.
He's saying that had she used Solum, it would have been 1/10 of 1%. I said, yeah, that's exactly what it would have been. So $500, 10% is $50, 1% is $5. It would have cost her 50 cents to do that.
Dang, Kirk.
What's that?
I said, dang.
Yeah, dang is right. So PayPal knows that's happening, right? MasterCard has a program, MoneyGram, Western Union. I mean, they know it's coming. Other people may have heard of a payment processor called Stripe. Stripe is going to start accepting stable coins this summer. So what is a stable coin? It's basically a central bank digital currency type coin, in the sense that it's always worth $1. But it's decentralized, non-commercial, non-centralized, like the central banks want, right? And we all remember what happened to the truckers in Canada and what centralized control of your finances can do. And real world people don't want to see that happen. But when you take the cost of storing and moving money and make it virtually zero, I know 1/10 of 1% is not free, but compared to 3-4%, it is, right? So it's a process that is coming. I was in Dubai less than a month ago as well, and I was interviewing some tech people there, and a couple of them had just been on a call with Elon Musk, and X is out there right now looking at deploying a crypto wallet. I think they'll come out with one in, could be a couple months, could be a year with Elon, but most of your viewers will remember Elon Musk was a founder of PayPal. He was part of what they called the PayPal mafia. So if you see a couple of giants like PayPal and X roll out a digital payment solution that's different than the current internet solution, then you've broken through to the next level of technology. And we want to be right there with them when it happens.
Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide.
Okay.
These are your milestones.
Okay.
Do you want to go through some of them?
Sure. Okay. I got to get a little closer. I don't have my glasses on. So team was the first one. We've built out a great squad. We've got a combination of experienced technology folks, myself and, our CTO and compliance officer there. We've got a great management team as far as people that have run businesses in the past. So we put that all together. We call it the exchange relationships. That's where we were able to go around the world. Again, Ghana, most people don't know it, but Ghana is where the phrase the Gold Coast came from. Ghana is a country in Africa, obviously. Tanzania is another place. There's the largest gold vein that in the world now runs from Tanzania up through Lake Victoria into the Democratic Republic of Congo. So working with, miners there, miners in Nevada, miners in Colorado that Solum have agreements with, working with local bullion dealers here in Miami, Palm Beach, New York, things like that. And then a seat on the Dubai Gold Exchange allows us to have the liquidity and storage value to satisfy anybody's need in gold. If someone wanted to trade in 1 billion Solum coin for gold, we could satisfy that. And then let's see, what's the next one say from here? Gold
It is innovation at the core, gold
Okay.
partnerships, expanding our horizons, our ecosystem, and impact investing. I'm going to go down to some of the people that are there.
Okay.
Chief Executive Officer, Co-founder, Kirk St. John's, Austin Trumbly, Sterling Griffith, Richard Shrimpke, I hope I said that right. Evgeny, can you say this? Mitkov?
Evgeny Mitkov. Evgeny's a really interesting guy. He worked with the Bahamian government and did the very first national stable coin in the world out of the Bahamas, and it was called the Sand Dollar.
Interesting. Oh, okay. That's a co-founder, Sebastian Cyril Watts.
Yes.
Well, he was in our green room and I kicked him out.
Oh, well.
Tell him he can sign back in. I was like, who's that? I asked everybody.
I'm sorry. You know what? I think the text.
I said, I'm sorry for kicking him out.
That's okay.
I didn't know who he was. I was like, hey, everybody.
Well, now we
know who this is.
Now we know.
He's a seasoned C-suite executive, has diverse experience across film, media, and finance, including Merrill Lynch. He executed a successful reverse merger, launching a publicly traded veterinarian oncology firm where he served as EVP and board member. Currently, he's the COO at Diva Pharmaceuticals, focusing on international sales of OTC, RX, and medical device products. He also serves as COO of Associated Company, Regulatory Compliance Solutions, providing regulatory compliance to the pharmaceutical industry. So please extend my apologies for kicking him out. Did not know he was on your board. Anthony D. Leon. Can you say
Leonardo.
And Rob Good. You've got like a wide spectrum. Robert Anderson and Gary Stonesifer. Wow.
Stonesifer. Yep.
And we only have about three minutes left.
Okay.
Again, please extend my apologies to to your partner. Because I was like, who is that? Does anyone know who that is?
We've had
hear about it.
We have had some weirdo people come and try to breach our security. So we're very
Can I just say one thing real quick, and then I know we get very little time. I think if there's one thing for the audience to take away from this and from the Solum solution here is that, to me, like for the first time, you now have this wallet, this technology that where you can buy, sell, trade literally any cryptocurrency and convert it into gold on the blockchain where it's secure, it's safe, it's backed by real world assets with gold. And to me, that's a game changer because, you know, for the gold market, for anybody, like why keep your money in a bank and see it depreciate when you can convert it into gold and you've got it at your fingertips with an app? That's it. It's simple to me.
I agree. I concur. Sounds extremely interesting. I want to thank you both for being on the show. Kirk, again. Tell Sebastian, Penny's sorry. She kicked him out.
Let me add.
We'd like to have you guys back again.
Well, let me add one last comment. For anybody that would like, we're doing a series of events on the East Coast and then London and Dubai. If you go to solum.events, that's plural, you can sign up and either come see us in person, New York, Palm Beach, Miami, Atlanta, or you can follow the evening's events on Zoom as they unfold.
Excellent. Again, thank you both for Trevor. We're going to see you again in probably about 2 weeks. Maybe not. I don't know. Depending on because you're sharing this segment with Simona Papadopoulos. That was a mouthful. And Kirk, again, thank you so very much. And hopefully we'll see you again with Trevor.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, David. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Penny.
Thank you so much. God bless you, both of you.
Take care.